Well, today I decided I wanted to try this 50 pull-ups and 100 push-ups in a row type of ordeal, type of fun calisthenics challenge as a rock climber who does a fair amount of pull-ups but not a lot of push-up anymore that I don't do anymore. Anyways, when I'm doing this fun little test of experiment of physical prowess, what I'm really trying to do here is exert maximum range of motion when I do my pull-up. So I'll be going chest to bar. And as you can look up here, you can see that when I'm doing my push-up, I'm doing full range of motion, making my chest or the bottom of my sternum touch the floor with a full elbow lockout for the briefest of moment, because I'm trying to get that max range of motion in, try to make things proper. And I am using a notebook to keep track of my progress, because sometimes it's hard to keep track of all these numbers. If I'm just thinking about it inside my head, then I just can't do it properly. And then look at here, I'm doing my pull-ups. It may look like I'm going a little bit higher than per usual, but that's just the way I have dictated for me, and it's the algorithm or the technique that I like to use. Is just as high as possible, not as high as possible, just like about bottom of your like right here, like your uh your upper chest, your upper pec. I'm losing where my train of thought here. My upper chest to touch the bar. My first 2 sets of pull-ups, I did 2 sets of 10. I was like, oh, it's not too bad. But come that second set, I knew something's going wrong. And now these push-ups were a real shocker to me, because back when I used to be a little bit younger and used to do push-ups a little bit longer, push-ups were not a problem for me. But since I haven't done push-ups in, like, say, over a millennium, I'm over here, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling to do these push-ups. It was really difficult. One would say, I would say, write it down in the notebook, and I go back to the pull-up bar, and I'm trying to pull up nice and high, but the pull-up bar isn't so high, so I have to keep my feet bent just a little bit, but it's okay. But goddamn, I feel really good today. Good today in the sense as if, oh wow, I don't feel too heavy. I still feel pretty strong. My elbows felt nice, and I think this is one of those really fun calisthenics type challenges. That's just something fun to do periodically. Is it like the way to work out? I wouldn't say this is the way to work out, because then you're a little bit rushed and it's hard to focus on strength. This is more of an endurance type thing, and me being me, I don't really like to do pull-ups or push-ups for higher rep type stuff. Normally when I do my pull-ups, I like to do them in sets of 5 with weight in the variant, and then when I do push-ups, or I wouldn't do push-ups, I do more like dumbbell bench press. If I decide to work on my chest, and I also do it for sets of 5, just because I like to stimulate my muscles with a little bit of higher intensity, lower weights. With that, say what's better, body weight or weights? Gotta do a mix of both. I think that's what's best. Here I'm really just struggling to do these push-ups. Goddamn, I was doing this and I was thinking to myself, oh Lord,
I'm not gonna make it all
I
time.
swear these push-ups are harder than these pull-ups. I think I could have, I don't know, inside my head, I could have gotten 100 pull-ups before I could have gotten 100 push-ups if the pull-ups were simply done with chin above bar, but I was doing a chest to bar every single one. I think I might have failed approximately 8 of them where I just barely, where the bar didn't touch my chest. And in those regards, I did feel a little bit sad now. Am I upset that I had to kip a little bit just to get that little bit of in-range motion? No, not really. I thought it was within the reasonable error of margin for my standards. And of course, when you do these type of tests, you gotta do it to your standards. Sometimes something that I don't really like about me right now is the floor that I'm doing my push-ups on is actually on a little bit of an incline, therefore makes it a tiny bit easier on my respect, which is while doing all these push-ups, I did realize, oh wow,
That was 5 push-ups.
oh goddamn, I'm doing this on a slight incline to make it a little bit easier on myself, and I'm still struggling. Imagine if it's completely flat, I would have been struggling even more. Now, unfortunately, I did not make the cutoff of 5 minutes, but that's fine. It's whatever. I was just doing this for fun. It didn't really matter to me. Something fun that I did learn while doing this test is, man, I got really sick of it after the 1/3 point. I want to say at the 1/3 point, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's kind of boring. It wasn't really fun. I wish I would have brought water. I didn't bring any water. My mouth was super dry like a desert, and that didn't feel so good to me. But the fun little walking back between the pull-up bar, writing down my notebook, and switching back into doing the push-up type thing, it really did kind of create a slight flow for me. But God, look at these push-up form. Go down, coming all the way up with the full elbow lockout, that nice full range of motion, really nice. But I also have to rest because, again, I haven't done push-ups in a long time. Man, I don't want to say
you're at 4 minutes 33
just
seconds.
what it is,
Wait, I
right?
can almost make it.
There was a time when I could do like
got
50
50 more
push-ups in a row, and it was okay. Like okay in the sense, as in the sense that, well, I could do it. Not that it was super easy, and my range of motion was good back then too. Oh my God.
10 seconds left.
Oh no. Come on. I'm sure I could do the rest of it in less than 10 seconds.
3.
Yeah, no. And now a big thing I do want to mention is that on the last rep of each pull-up that I'm doing, instead of just going to the top and letting go of the bar, I am going to the top and coming all the way down first before I let go to the bar. It's these little type of details that really hits me in the brain just right, and if I don't do it that way, then I feel like I cheated myself some way. You know, it's not like a judge, it's not like I'm going to be in the Guinness World Book of Records or anything. It's not like I actually want to be in there or anything like that. It's just something inside my head that I feel like if I don't do that, I'm not a proper human being in those regards, you feel me? Yeah. Oh man, look at these. Ooh. God damn, look at that form. Not that one. That one's ass. The other ones were pretty good. My sandals were really nice though. Surprisingly, it wasn't that bad to do push-ups in my sandals. My flip-flops, put it pop, 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 never now stop. And then I had to put down my shirt on the floor, not because the floor was hot or anything, but because I have this blister right here, and I actually didn't want that to get any worse or infected while I was doing my push-ups. But ooh, something fun I learned about this is it's not bad. It's not bad. You know, but it's also kind of hard, like, keep pushing yourself, especially if you're just like competing with yourself, in the sense that, especially you're doing something that you don't particularly do all the time. I guess that's why I was able to do it so well, because it was something I didn't do all the time. And over here, I'm just really struggling to do these last couple pull-ups for like the last couple 100 years, and I could do pull-ups pretty much all day long, so long as you give me a break in between my pull-up sets. I could have kept busting on like 5 pull-ups at a time, maybe giving me like 30 seconds rest between each one, and I didn't have to do the push-ups, of course. But the push-ups, man, the push-ups really took it out of me. Like, oh, the push-ups were so freaking hard for me. Pull-ups again were fine because I rock climb all the goddamn time. And right now I'm just so tired that I gotta take a break after every single push-up, and then I use my knee as a little break. But keep in mind, I go all the way up before I initiate the break, because if I don't, then I feel bad about it. And while doing that, I'm still keeping that nice range of motion going, still keeping my shoulders above my wrists. Ooh, working hard.
Okay.
And I do consider this kind of like just like a little fun activity, not so much as a workout, because I would never do something like this for an actual workout. I treat it like a fun activity, kind of like taking a walk in the park. But in this case, it's just a really long, extended walk that turned out to be a hike that I really didn't want to do, but I still just doing it for fun, you know? So I wouldn't really consider this a workout by any means. I consider this just like a really fun, more vigorous walk in the park than I had normally anticipated. Because again, it's just a challenge, and I'm still gonna work out tomorrow, regardless if I wake up sore or I'm not. Again, I don't view this as a workout by any means at all. No, like if I was to still work out, I probably wouldn't do this. But if I was to do this, I would have no problem doing this like after my initial workout, as just a little fun. Recreational activity, kind of like playing games after playing a little bit more games. God damn it, look at him, what a lad. So yeah. Now I am kind of slightly surprised looking back on the video now that my form
25 more.
My form maintained relatively well, even though I was extremely fatigued. Now the difficult part for me was going down with great control. So going down was really difficult. Coming up wasn't too bad. I'm not so sure why that is. Normally it's the other way around. But as long as I went down with really good control, I feel like I could come back up. And if I couldn't go down properly, I feel like the coming back up was really difficult.
Okay. That's just 20 more.
Now, even though it took me approximately twice as long as I had originally wanted to do this, it's not like I feel bad about it or anything, right? I'm really happy that I did it. I'm happy that, oh wow, so this is my level of fitness compared to everyone else. But you know, it's all right, because I'm really don't really care how good I am when it comes to this regard. Because again, for me, I just want to keep in mind one more time, it's just a very recreational walk in the park for me that just turned out to be a little bit more walking uphill than I initially thought. Wasn't as relaxing as I would have normally thought, but it was still fun, right? By the way, the notebook was a goddamn great idea. I'm so happy I brought it.
How are you feeling?
It's so easy.
And I do mean it when
You're
I say
at
it's
10
so
minutes,
easy.
25
It wasn't like
seconds.
it wasn't hard.
That's 5
Like
minutes.
mentally,
25
it was
seconds
pretty
longer
hard, and my mouth was
than I thought it'd
parched.
take me.
But like it was pretty easy in the sense that I was like, oh wow, this is it's pretty easy. Not the most enjoyable, but it's pretty easy. But I don't think I could have done this 2 days in a row. If I was to try to do this tomorrow, it would not have been so easy. It would have been, because I would have knew what was coming, right? I would have been like, oh wow, I know exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna kick my ass. It's gonna suck. But since today was the first time I'd ever done this challenge, and it's the first time I've done push-ups in forever, it was more like wow, I'm really out of shape when it comes to push-up. That's fun. How interesting. I suck. Ha ha ha. How easy. Kind of like that type of easy.
Okay, 5 more.
It's the final 5 down. 5, 4, 3. Come on. 2, 1. There we go.
Okay. That's that.
And just like that, I finished my 50 pull-ups and 100 push-ups. Honestly, if I could have traded some of those push-ups for pull-ups, would have went by a little bit faster. Not like the fastest, but what just went by a little bit faster. Anyways, I thought it was a really, really fun challenge. You should definitely try it. Maybe tone down the numbers a little bit if you're not super in shape, or fix your form up a little bit if you are super in shape. I feel like when it comes to these type of challenges, everybody tries to rush, and when they try to rush, they end up doing these half reps and not using full range of motion. And then I think it kind of breaks the purpose of the challenge, which is to do it fast, yes, but to also do the full complete range of motion and exactly what it should be, in the sense of it should only be fast if the quality is adequate as well. Anyways, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it to a fair degree, and I'll see you next time.